Today we have a really cool topic. Yesterday, I pulled that randomly. I don't even know why I did this. And when I did this, my memory is just, I'm too old. And if you look here, you can actually see that I'm having gray hair. I'm just too old, so my memory doesn't even work. I remember that I pull up this track in Ableton, and I'm like, bro, this must be one of the best songs I made, but I lost the project. I had it on my different drive. I installed Windows on it. I tried recovering it, but it doesn't work because when you install Windows, it just completely vanishes, like physically disappears. I took that SSD, I went to the company that recovers these things, and I'm like, bro, I had such a sick song on this, and I really is, because it's the best song that I've ever made, and you recover it. And they were like, yeah, we can do this. It's gotta be like $200 for that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of pricey, but for that song, I'm willing to pay that. A few days pass, and I'm like, well, if a song is not there, the kind of paying is like, what am I paying for? You know? So I'm like, I'm gonna ask them a question, but I feel like this is a stupid question, so I'm probably not gonna ask. But I'm like, kind of makes no sense to pay if the song is not there. So I'm like, bro, like, can you just check it? And if the song is there, like, can I just pay then, you know, so that, you know, I paid for the file that I want. And if the file is not there, just you can just annihilate all the files I don't want it. And bro was like, yeah, no problem. No problem. Once we're done, you know, you and I maybe, you know, go like, you know, strip club, drink some beer and stuff. And I'm like, no, bro, thank you so much. I'm not interested. I just want the file, okay? And he was like, no problem. No problem. He definitely was a smoker, bad smoker. But he was like, yeah, no problem. Sometimes you just gotta ask stupid questions to get what you want. And there was no problem. He was like, bro, what files do you want? And I'm like, please, ALS files. And he sent me all the files that he recovered. You know, if the file was there, I could have been like, the file is not here. I'm actually taking the file, you know what I mean? I would not do this. I would gladly pay because it was such an important project, but it wasn't there. So I'm like, bro, it's not there. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. Here's your drive. You don't have to pay. Sick. So I'm like, the project is not there. What am I supposed to do? This is a great song, but in order for me to release it, I need to have the project to open it and mix it because it's just not quality enough, and there's sections that I have to change and I have to replace and it's impossible. So it's just a song is going to be laying on my hard drive, and I will never release it because it's just not good enough, you know, quality wise. But yesterday, for some reason, I just pulled it up and I just threw some effects. I threw one effect and I'm like, yeah, just, you know, just trying for fun. I'm like, yeah, it sounds better. But then I threw that one effect and bro, it changed the game and it blew my mind. And I'm like, bro, you gotta see this, bro. It's just insane. It's like this song went from a shitty quality to a professional quality, and this is so stupid. It's such a stupid effect, but it works. It's mind-blowing that it's just like so simple, but it creates such an insane result. So I'm like, it sounds now way better. It sounds mature, has a way better vibe. Like, one thing blew my mind completely. Every single time I do this, it blows my mind equally as hard. For me, in my head, for me to make that thing sound good, you gotta go into the project and mix the track, right? That makes sense. Adjust every single element, clean every sound up, and once you do this, it's gonna sound better. But the thing that doesn't make sense is like adding this effect creates that big of a change that I don't even have to open a project to fix anything. I don't have a project, you know, to start with, to open it and fix anything. And so now I don't have to leave this track. I'm actually going to release it, which is insane. I will have a heart attack, you know, hopefully. So ladies and gentlemen, I made this song in 2021, 3rd October 2021. I got some green substances and I have ingested them so that they produced some interesting effects. Of course, medical usage, but anyways, working. And it created this insane immersion. Of course, you know, if you smoke weed, you know how that works. It creates this huge immersion in the song and makes everything like super 3D, super immersive and way higher resolution. So you can feel the vibe and you can like get inside of the song, inside of whatever the place the song is creating. You can just like get inside of it and just create the vibe from the inside. I think that was supposed to be the saddest song, but turned out to be the most positive with like the most futuristic vibe ever. Starting point was chords, and then the flow just took me straight to the end. I made it in one sitting, I think, or two sittings. I think it was like 1 or 2 sittings and the whole thing was done because I had such a flow. I wasn't thinking about what to add. I just like had ideas constantly flowing and I was just executing them. Adding elements, and that's the best way to work. That was a lot of lag. definitely. And I would say if you want to make good songs, start a lot of ideas, because you know the chain reaction is going to lead you somewhere. You're gonna flow somewhere anyways, and so you maximize the chances. You maximize the chances of getting something great. You know, the more. Am I tired in the brain? Like, why am I not able to say anything? The more chances you take on making it, try, the more ideas you start, you will be able to get into many different places, like flow into different places, like a chain reaction, and you will get like different results. You never know what you will get, but if you follow the flow, you will get different results. You know what I'm saying? Don't have any expectations, just follow it, and like start a lot of projects, and you get into different areas and be like, this slaps, this kind of sucks, and this is something that I didn't even expect I could make. I've never heard this sound, but that's where the flow led me, and that's the final result. You know, that type of deal. Let's just dive right into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna be turning on and off the effect change. So look at here, like this is turn on, off, and see what difference it makes to the song. Already. Here's the switch up. It's like so cool with it. So weak. So big. So weak. This is like the whole adventure. There's so many different sections changing. That's what the flow is. Like, I don't actually like making any more sections that repeat too much. I like to lead them every single time in a different direction. There's like a switch up here. Completely new section. Another switch up. It's like unmixed and mixed. So here we have kind of the same thing. And here's the best thing. I zoned off a little bit. Let me show you the before and after. Oh, by the way, bro, you gotta hear this. This is like, oh my god, it adds such a futuristic, sunny vibes and say. Here's the effect, ladies and gentlemen. Huge difference, right? I'm like, that sounds already amazing. The only thing that I need to do is like fix maybe a few sections and I'm gonna show you in a second. I slapped this and I'm like, well, definitely because it's a song that I made in the past, like 4 years ago, I have not been using any like soothe or any smoothing. I didn't even know how to do that. So I instantly applied soothe because I know that once I get the resonances in the song that are very piercing and very like once I squash them, everything already is gonna be something higher quality. So the first thing is just soothe. I'm mainly cutting those, like this is the annoying part. That's like shh type of thing. And here's like the place where there's a lot of like mid instruments, they always are cluttered. You gotta like, I mean, depends on the song of course, but cutting that a little bit decreases that. How the hell do I call this? I don't know how to call this, but you'll see this on the EQ. So basically the soothe is running throughout the whole song. But it doesn't create that change yet. The change comes from the EQ. 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 That's not the end though, but the EQ is like insane. And I'm gonna go at the end, I'm going to go and EQ one of the songs and show you how powerful this is. Such a simple thing, but can turn like a low quality song into high quality. So just the EQ. I did a lot of cut in here. So before, it's like shh, shh. Cutting that. That almost all the time in every single song and a lot of the sounds too. This region, it's like here mainly, this is always at least a little bit problematic that you have to always cut a little bit. Of course, don't just listen to this, but depends on the sound, of course, but so often there's something to be cut and it always creates a higher quality version of whatever the sound or a song this is. Why? Because this region, if I boost it, you will hear that it kind of creates this like radio CD type of sound and it's always very low quality. See? Without, you will hear how the quality changes. It's just the EQ, keep that in mind. See? This needs to be boosted a little bit to get that air nice and pleasant. Let's add these two. This adds a lot of seriousness and maturity to the song, making it way higher quality. Look. See? It also brings up this depth and equals the frequency tonal balance way better. Without that boost, this song is tiny. But with it, more powerful, more beefy, rich, and mature. I'm boosting this, but I didn't want this to be like boosted all the time, so I'm making it react volume. So it compresses like boosts all the time basically, because it's like kind of annoying. This is a deep, very deep, nice sub bass. Super nice, but this you have like the boxiness, kind of like punch type of deal. That doesn't sound good. Like, so we're having this to be reducing, and because you can hear that as I boost this, you can like, that's why I'm doing this. Especially here. And And then we've got low side cut. This is like in case there are any subs, you know, I just don't want them to be wide in this song. This can be annoying as well. I don't know really what words to use to describe this, but this is like kind of cold, like piano sounding mid-range. That can get very annoying too, so I'm dynamically taming it only when it's necessary. Like if I boost this, you'll hear. Like these frequencies are not good, like boosted, you know? Balance is what you're looking for. You get that weird cold pad type of deal, hell no. So if there's too much of that, and there was, then you gotta tame it. And once you do, you get this. Oh. Radio cassette player. Deep high quality studio system. Here's the Prisma. I was trying to smooth the high end. You can watch the other smoothing video that I made. This just adds like a little bit of mid-range depth. Just a tiny effect. Spectral time. It's a tiny detail but smoothens out the kick transients. By using a little bit of the spray effect and higher, it does this. Completely lose the transient. It gives this weird effect, but at a lower value, at a very low value, it smoothens the transients, like it rounds them. So everything is like not so punchy, it's like round. Another thing is just ozone, simply limiting just a tiny bit. That's the effect chain that changes the game. Because I don't have an access to the project, I'm using RX7, you know, my X, your X, RX. I'm using these two effects. One of them is decrackle and one of them is declick. What I'm doing is I'm going through the whole audio and finding little clicks that are making this song sound less quality. For example, here we have a lot of clicks here, like. So if I go here, either decrackle or declick, both are kind of working. If I declick this, it smoothens it out. It sounds way better. Like, way more pleasant. So I'm just going through the whole thing, you know, clearing up everything and ending up with like a clean. There's no clicks on these transients, ladies and gentlemen, so that's that with RX. That's what you can do too to fix a song that you don't have a project to, or that it has some anomalies. RX perfect. And what I'm thinking here is like I can definitely still add things on top, but I can also go and find some tools that will separate the stems of the track. So I can like take, let's say, this part, give it the stem separator, bring the stems in, change some things. There are some things in the song that are cringy, so I don't really want them to be in the song, so I probably will separate the tracks. If that works, then I'll change elements, but if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna keep it whatever. At least I'm not making Think of It, which is fully cringy song, you know, 100% cringe. It's like here and there cringe, you know. And if people tell me, bro, this fucking section is fucking cringe, motherfucker, and I'm like, I know, bro, but I just can't do nothing about it, you know. But the rest of the song is great, right? Oh yeah, you know. I have literally 4 minutes of battery, bro. If that dies, I'm dying too. If I suddenly disappear, just know that I've been kidnapped, you know, by muscular naked, you know, gym freaks. Okay, I should stop talking and just put EQ on this. Very mono, not powerful. Check this out. So mono, put side to side. Before. I could literally do the same thing and release it. It's like so low quality without it. It's so quality with it. That's the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole story. But again, do not share this video with anybody. I want to become a failure and fail at YouTube with my second channel because it's a secret channel. So I don't want anybody to know anything about it. So, but anyways, whether you do or not, share or not, hope you enjoyed this. Hope this was helpful. Have a great day. And see you soon. This video has been brought to you by Oversampled.us premium sample and preset packs. Sound selection is very important, and we always aim at creating the highest quality sounds possible to help you make professional songs in as easy as drag and drop way with no extra processing needed. We're offering sounds in many different genres. Our most loved packs are the Ultimate Future Bass Toolkit, Cyberpack, Polychrome, and Super Heavy Drums. If you want to sound like your favorite artists, we have packs like Volcano, Castles, Portify, and Resurrection. And if you're in need of quality drums for your songs, don't look any further than our Super Heavy collection with over 2,800 samples in total if purchased in a bundle that will cover all your drum needs. Our most recent pack is sound enhancers, including lots of ear candies, fillers, layers, and more, all to make your songs more interesting. Visit Oversampled.us and get sounds that'll make you a better producer.